guys, we are here today with some exclusive pop culture corner news and on some cool stuff that is coming to the world of pop culture. I'm here with Austin, and my name
What's up?
I'm the creator and host of some of the pop culture corner shows. We got some cool stuff. I mean, you're a fan of Avatar?
I am, man. I love me some Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I even like the continuing series, which was what was it? The Adventures of Korra or something like that. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not huge into the Avatar. I always say Avatar and then just leave it there. But
right, but then now there's the two
have
now.
To say The Last Airbender. But yeah, so with everything that doesn't come straight from the studio, guys, always take it with a grain of salt. And that's what I do. So if it doesn't come directly from the studio or the producers making it, take it with a grain of salt. But we're fairly confident. It's pretty just some basic information about the casting and basically what they're looking for. So Austin has told me that these are the three main characters plus the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the villain. So
plus the villain.
We basically, so we'll start it off with, we have a tagline for the show. And it's a reimagined live action series based on the award-winning and beloved Nickelodeon animated series, Avatar: The Last Airbender, which follows the adventures of the main protagonist, Aang, and his friends, who must save the world by defeating Fire Lord Ozai and the destructive war with the Fire Nation. Now, what is all that?
Okay, so basically you have the four different benders, all right? So you have earth benders, you have water benders, you have fire benders, and that's so air benders. So basically they're all at war with each other. The Fire Nation is the one that's actually the one that's actually at war with everybody else. They're trying to take over, and it's prophecy, right, that Aang, the main character, the last airbender, that he will restore order and bring everything back to peace and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So generic, like, generic stuff.
Generic stuff. That's the basis of it, right? He's found in a giant ice cap circle, right? He's frozen, and these two other main characters, Katara and Sokka, they melt him out, and that's where the story begins, basically.
Okay. So we have some details about the roles of the show, basically what they're looking for. So I'll read it as follows for each character. So Aang is, they're looking for someone who's 12. He's a male of East Asian or South Asian heritage. Aang is a typical 12-year-old boy, a bit goofy, a bit nerdy, restless in school, always eager to join his friends for fun and games. He's nimble, energetic, and quick in the schoolyard. Adopted at birth, he has struggled with questions as far as how he fits in the story. But his loving parents have worked hard to make him feel accepted, and so he's grown up to become generous, kind-hearted, and cheerful. He's also been gifted with an incredible mystical power. He doesn't really understand, but it could be the key to saving the world from a global conflict. It's a responsibility he's reluctant to accept because it'll take him away from his family, friends, and everything he knows. All he wants is to just be a regular kid. How does that sound?
Say what? That is definitely a reimagining. That is very far off from the animated series, actually. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, and by the way, this is confirmed that this is for the Netflix series, correct?
Right.
Okay, so this is for the Netflix series, in which the Avatar Last Airbender creators of the animated series, they were involved, but mid last year they left due to creative differences. So that may be the reason.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, as far as we know, the story in the animation picks up. You don't really see his parents. You don't know that he was, any of this. It starts off literally, he's been in this ice cap for thousands of years, kind of like Captain America.
Yeah, I was gonna say that joke earlier.
Right. Yeah. So, and he has to meet all these new people, but he's aware of his power and stuff. So this is interesting. They're gonna put him in school, I guess. That's something. Yeah, this is definitely a new take. So that's and this is interesting knowing too that there was the Avatar Last Airbender movie adaptation from M. Night Shyamalan many years ago.
Yeah.
That was not well received at all.
Right.
It's interesting to me that they're deciding to continue to not go with the
with what worked.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, so we have Katara, 14, female of heritage indigenous to North America, smart, athletic, determined, and hopeful. She's had to keep her family together ever since her mother was killed in a mysterious supernatural event several years ago. A trauma that haunts Katara every day. Recently, she started to develop strange new powers that both intrigue and scare her. She's looking for someone to help her understand these changes, but she's also started to find hope in the thought her new skills could lead to a brighter future for her and her family. Is that closer? Or is that
that's
same?
a little bit closer. That's a little bit closer. Still off in some things, but a little bit closer in that. Yeah, she does have powers, and she's definitely trying to look out for her family a lot of the time. That's a big thing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but there's still. I will say one thing: they're getting the casting as far as what they're looking for in the ethnicities on point.
Okay.
That's something like the previous live action movie did not do. So
all right. Now, would you say she's the second main character, or?
Yeah, she would be the second lead next to Aang. Her and him have a relationship, and she even gets her own spin-off series in animation. So
okay. Next we have Sokka.
Yes.
16, male of heritage indigenous to North America, same as Katara, it seems.
Yes.
Katara's gangly and strong older brother, Sokka, is a teen who's been forced to grow up too fast. Since his mother's death, he's had to become the leader of the family, which has led him to butt heads with his sister, who resents his overprotective nature. He's concerned about her new powers, worried they might put her in harm's way. Despite everything, he and Katara have a natural rapport, and they trust each other. He has sharp, sardonic wit, which he often uses as a defense mechanism during uncomfortable situations, but it also makes him entertaining and likable.
That's the most on point one, for sure. That one's the most, and that is very much, I will say this, that he was the character that whatever they did in bringing him live action was going to need more work, because in the animation, he's very much a side character and very much just comic relief.
Okay.
So he was definitely, he needed something. So that's interesting. That's cool.
All right. And Zuko, who you have said is the villain.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So Zuko is the villain.
Even though, yes, so the Fire Lord Nation is ran by the main guy that you said earlier. Zuko, though, is the main one under him, kind of, he's the guy, the bad under the big bad. He's our Loki to our Thanos, basically.
All right, sounds good. Zuko is 17, male of East Asian or South Asian heritage, in excellent shape, focused and driven. Zuko has been driven to an overachiever by his overbearing father, a career military man. Failure is never an option, and it doesn't matter who you hurt to get to the top. Zuko has struggled to reconcile that philosophy with his kind-hearted nature, and that conflict has made him intense and guarded, which is why he comes off as arrogant. Sorry, that's why he comes off as arrogant. When he discovers he's developed mysterious powers and is competing with Aang for a key role in their project, Zuko's father tells him to stop at nothing to win. And if he doesn't, he shouldn't bother coming home.
Again, a lot on point there. Very, very true, right? The father-son relationship is a big point. Failure's not an option. I wouldn't necessarily say he's kind-hearted in nature. That's the difference, right? It seems like, okay, they're gonna maybe make him a tad more sympathetic for live action, because it's really not till the end of the show in the animation he's pretty brutal, he's pretty ruthless, and there is a bit of an internal struggle at times, but he, for most of it, always fights back with, I can't fail, I can never return home to my dad if I fail. Like, that's literally in his head all the time,
almost ingrained.
It's ingrained. Like, I'm disowned if I fail.
Right.
Another interesting aspect. They're in school or I don't know. Maybe they're just saying that to, like, casting things when they put them out there. They don't always give the full details, obviously, to not give stuff away. But that's interesting. That whole school project thing. Yeah. I hope school is reference for world and war and much bigger stakes here than a school project.
But yeah, so basically that's what they're looking for the four, it seems, mains, the four characters that are in it a lot. 3 of them being our good guys, and then one of them being the villain that they seem to face off with a lot. Now that's it for Avatar. However, we did get a couple other things, including that the Black Widow social media embargo is going to be lifted tomorrow. Now, seems kind of weird that almost 45 days, but no, I'm sorry.
No, it would be
31 days, roughly, because it's 16 till the end of the month plus another 6. So in that 30 to 32 day range, they must seem pretty confident in this.
That's one thing I was thinking too, is I don't think I've ever seen a Marvel movie have an embargo lift almost a whole month.
Well, this is not a review embargo. It's not the review embargo.
It's this is just the reaction. Got it.
Now people can go on social media and say, "Hey, I saw the Black Widow movie. It was dope."
Right. Okay.
Well, not the review embargo, but I mean, basically, it's the review embargo.
Even then, still a whole month before, like you said, I think Marvel's obviously pretty confident in trying to get people hyped up for it. If it's a whole month out before, they're like, start tweeting about it now.
Right.
I mean, either they're very confident or they're very worried. There's one of two things.
Right. I mean, put it this way. So the social media embargo for Zack Snyder's Justice League lifted 6 days before the movie dropped on HBO Max.
Right.
So I had seen the film and I had to wait 3 days till I could say anything about it on social media. People didn't really stick to that rule, but it is what it is. But I thought that was interesting. Last thing for today, guys, or at least for this aspect of it. So DC's Titans, the teaser is going to drop tomorrow.
Yeah, I know this is one you're excited for, man. You've been waiting.
I really am. I love Titans. Some of the stuff is kind of not bad. I wouldn't say it's bad, but like the season finale seemed to they haven't delivered what I thought the season encompassed, right? So the season long arcs and everything that they work up to is so good. Like, some of the choreography is just so beautiful, the cinematography, and then they get to the finale and it just seems rushed. Both times that it's happened now. Both other seasons.
I know Batman showed up in the first one, right? In that first season.
Yeah.
That was a big grab.
Yeah, and it just Trigon was in it. Trigon was part of the first season, but he was only in it at the last episode, and then the first episode of the second season. Then that was it. Trigon is not a character that is done like that.
Right. Yeah.
So it just seems like I'm happy that they're on HBO Max now. Maybe the budget's going to be a little bit better, and maybe the treatment for the writing process is going to be proper.
Right. You would hope that like you said, with the bigger budget and stuff, they'll get some good writers and a good writers room together and put some stuff together. Now, would this be included in this new season, this bigger budget in this season 3? Have they been a part of HBO Max for a little bit now? Or okay.
So this season was always meant to be HBO Max, and this season was always helmed by HBO and Warner Media. So
Okay.
I'm excited for that, guys. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of the Avatar series that's coming in live action? Are you excited for that show? Are you a fan of it, unlike myself, who hasn't really seen much of it, or Austin, who has really like taken a liking to the characters? Also, are you going to be seeing Black Widow in theaters, or are you going to sit home and watch it on Disney Plus? Let us know in the comments below, as well as, are you excited for the DC Titans season 3 teaser trailer coming at you tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. That'll be it for today's pop culture update. We do it for you. We do it for the culture. That's Austin. I'm Ty. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and consider becoming a member of the channel so you can help support us and we can keep doing all these cool and fun project videos for you. Austin, take us out, my man.
That's right. We do it for you. We do it for the culture.